Hi, good evening and welcome to the Nora Seroussi Show. Today we have a very interesting, even more interesting show than you expected. This is a discussion about why I wasn't here last week. Because we were filming in Mamaia, Constanța, the movie Back to Back. We were not only filming Back to Back, we were also filming my reality show, Filming Back to Back. And then we were at the OSS Gala, and that was live, being shown on a DG Sport TV. So a lot of stuff happened, and we have a lot to catch up on. Let me introduce my guests. The famous Eduard Irimia, who everybody's heard about, and Marius Vişan. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, and once again, thank you for this amazing occasion to be in your TV show.
It's my pleasure. Now, people are asking, how did you get here? Now, the funny thing they ask me is, what are you doing involved in the boxing world? And I said, okay, it's a little bit complicated. It's a very unusual story because I have to be honest, it's not really my world that I come from, and I have to say it was very exciting and a little bit intimidating, which I already told Marius because I said, my God, you know, they're very big people and they're very solid, and you know, it's something. So I got there because of the film, but I think we should talk about the progression. My first question is, how did you two connect? This is what I want to know, Edward.
I would like to let a little bit Marius, because I'm speaking a lot all the time, so I prefer to let him to explain a little bit about his first connection with my promotion, my castings, or the movie world, let's say. If he's remembering the first ever big opportunity to meet, if you remember the Stallone casting with Floria Montano.
Yeah, of course. First time we get together in one project. Eduard said to me if I want to be a part of one casting for Creed 2 with Sylvester Stallone, of course. And I was there, and thank you for that, sir. And so after this, told me that we will do something together at one moment, you know. And it seems like this is the moment we've been all waiting for.
How was the experience for you?
This experience, oh my God.
Oh my God, okay, that says everything.
I cannot, yeah, oh I cannot. Sometimes I think I'm speechless, you know, but it's like a dream, you know. I don't want to wake up. Normally I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, okay? So from all of this, I don't want to wake up. I want to go further and further, you know.
I want to tell you something, you're not the only one. How many people last week said to me, this is like a dream?
Yeah.
And they're all like, wait a minute, we're going back to real life now. When are we going back? I said, slowly, we will get there. But because everything happened so fast, and Edward, bless you, I mean, managed to really knock it together quite quickly. Now I want to talk about that we had a British team, we had the Swiss team, we had the Romanian team.
And the French team, actually.
Well, the French team. So we were speaking English, Romanian, French, jiggling back and forth. The first day or two I was a little bit nervous how everyone's going to connect. But you know what? It turned out even better than I expected. Amazing.
We forgot about the Bulgarian. We got Stanislav.
I tell you what, it really was an international cast. I said, oh my God, if I have to name everybody, I'm in trouble. But really how everybody did it with, from the makeup crew to, you know, obviously the writer and then the directors, and having the different visions of the directors. It's not easy on a regular set. I know because I lived in LA and I've been a few times on this. This was really a challenge, but it was so intriguing. I was curious to see how it's going to work out, and it surpassed my expectations, I have to say. Now, you're the one who was responsible for this. Your dream came true. Tell me how that happened. Okay,
so first of all, we have a number of elements that I'm supposed to put it together. So everything started with our project with the Dream Makers Agency, traveling around the world, trying to discover people dreaming for the next level. It doesn't matter in which domain, from music to movies. And we discovered from Cannes to Dubai to London to Hollywood in Bel Air, people with a high vision that they need to make something in their career. So I said, okay, if I have my networking globally, and also when I met you with your experience, also we made an incredible team. Both of us with this vision to put all together our connections and to bring the people to transform their dreams in reality. So at one stage I said, okay, in around May, I said the cherry on the cake is supposed to be a movie at the end of the summer. So because I met the incredible team of Spartan Division first by phone, because we had some friends.
There's a picture there.
We knew each other, like Cedric from Geneva. Some of the people from Dubai, they mentioned about them. So at one stage, we got together to speak about their projects and our projects. At the moment we arrived in Cannes, they couldn't come there at that time. But I said, okay, when you have the chance to come to visit us in Romania, I can show you the logistics and what I can handle in short time versus the classical way of pre-production, production of the movie, when you need minimum 3 to 6 months to prepare a movie. So the moment Mr. Alain Depardieu with Walid and Kader and they arrived in Romania, they saw in 24 hours the potential from producing a movie and putting all together the elements. So they actually at that moment I got punished somehow, because they say, okay, Eduard is able to do that, so we don't need to come back again for pre-production, so he will do everything.
I think that's a bit harsh punish.
Yeah.
I think
so it was a big honor for me to get this approval from the people with an amazing experience like Kader. And he told me, Eddie, I already produced movies before in 1 week or 10 days. So I said, okay, watching of his piece of arts, like the latest movies, I said, okay, this is the guy who can put together on the canvas an amazing art, and not to combine only the fighting or action, and to bring people with Oscar awards like Alain Depardieu with the piano movie or Palme d'Or. I mean, that is the combination, to bring my idea as a story, put it together through Gabi Molnar as an amazing writer, arrived in Kader hand, and he's the master to transform this job in an amazing piece of art. So at the moment they arrived in Romania, it was like everything random. We didn't know when is going to be the next day, the locations, and everybody we involved from the UK and Bulgaria and other people as a crew, they even didn't know what's going to happen there. So it was like a little bit risky, because somehow I trust my connections that I could deliver what they requested. It was some multitask management, and in the same time to have a fighting event with OSSE fighters in Mamaia, to have the reality show with Oleg filming the backstage of everything. So it was like 3 products in one. So,
the making of the making of the making,
yeah,
is the way I described it.
So I got the feeling I was on the wave. I knew that everybody is going to be able to do something amazing, but the way the synergy completes each other, and in the last moment we realized that what an amazing friendship was born in Mamaia. I mean, after the movie, even now I feel the adrenaline from the party when I saw the 65 people involved in an amazing project. Every day from Instagram, from Facebook, they are posting their reaction, their amazing experience. When you see Yuta or Sam Hardy or Daniel or Kader, everybody is in the same group saying that it was one of the biggest experience in their lives, taking into consideration that they got maybe another 100 projects before. That is a huge blessing for Romania.
Honor also.
And on the other hand, we got the support of the local people, like the mayor of Ovidiu, and the incredible team of the promoters from OSSE fighters like Florin Stănică, Marius Gheorghe, George Dragan, and Lucian Tudose. They lived that experience. They like the atmosphere to put together Ionuț Iftimoaie with Marius as a real appearance in a real event broadcasted globally in 6 continents, and to shoot that experience in the movie, it was like one of the, maybe a premiere, maybe I can say it's a world premiere, because many people, they use different setups from live events, like to record the audience or to take the sound, but to have them real on the stage in front of the people, announcing them that they are part of a global movie, it was an amazing experience. Plus that we had this production value with the island Ovidiu, with the car graveyard, and we had some experience that probably to copy that experience in the Hollywood world, you need like 6 months. You need like a budget of more than 20 million.
You need millions,
yeah,
for sure.
So actually, altogether they brought their production value as millions on the table. Not only the cash flow. And I want to thank you one more time that you are, I told you all the time, you are my angel with my production with the reality show.
Our angel.
Yeah, our angel. You became like our angel because your value is not only that you support me with some of the financial, as a partner, as a co-production, the advice, the involvement. And I saw at one stage when I was really exhausted in the last days that you took the backpack from my shoulder. I was sleeping 2 hours on the beach, and I knew that you're going to take care of everything with the crew. So that moment I felt what it means to have a partner, because before I didn't have a partner. I was only by myself. All my 18 years in my career, I was only by myself, running, jumping, making everything possible. But now I felt a little bit secure that you are the right person to take care of everybody, and the people, they felt warm, they felt secure, and that was an amazing experience at the end, that they trust our team as a potential production team. So. To have our names next to Alain Depardieu, Walid, Kader, and in a cinema world, and even to have one of the biggest potential VOD platform as a potential buyer, that is a global success, not only a local. Because that was the idea. We didn't try to copy only one of the movies, because maybe there are 1,000 movies per year produced around the world. The idea is to show the emotion that nobody believed. Everybody said this against the odds. Not even my partners, I have with them other projects, they couldn't believe that. And they told me, Eddie, stay calm, don't do that, you're going to break your neck. So I broke some ribs, but not the neck. So even after I can say that in front of our friends, if they are watching us, from all the people involved, almost 60 people, that usually I'm so hyperkinetic that I never show that I'm tired. But the last 3 days, I still try to recover. Even now, before the show, I was almost in the situation to not come. I was like so exhausted. But that is a happiness. When you get tired from the success. I mean, like you feel that you accomplished. You accomplished something. So now the best part is that Kader came with that energy to say to the group, okay, guys, let's do the second round next week. So actually, soon.
I nearly had a heart attack. It's like, no, I need a break.
So middle of September, we will try to finalize the movie, and I think it's going to be the fastest ever production pre-sale in the world. I mean, we have already a major buyer for this project, so that is an amazing deal, that they trust the energy of this amazing team. So that's why I want to congratulate all of these people, starting from Sam Hardy, Yuta, Kader, Walid, Mr. Depardieu, Yves. I mean, everybody, the actors.
If we start, Eduard, Sarah, I have a whole list of people.
I got an amazing help from Irina Gromoșteanu from Constanța. What she helped Theo with the makeup team. It was really, she put all the energy. I saw in some people the same energy like I'm doing myself the projects. Because some people, they come and they do something like 20% from what they support, but she did like 110. Also the team from Sam Hardy and Utah, they did an incredible job. So
first, I want to address that thank you. It's nice to be appreciated.
Yeah.
And I'm not one that's used to having partners either, I must tell you. Because of the synergy we have together, it works well. I'm not going to mention what you said last time because I'm going to forget about that, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
One of us is the more the cold water.
Yeah. What is the balloon running on the winds, and sometimes you need somebody to bring you back on the ground. You know, like.
But that's why it works well.
Yeah.
Now, because I have had different experiences compared to you with the things you've done in your life and what I've done, and because one of the key words is, do you believe? Now, when Eduard and I met, and he came, somebody else, but I said, I will listen, and if it makes sense. And then we were doing our reality show. Okay, I have to admit this back-to-back thing threw me a little bit at the beginning because I said it's not my field of expertise, but I'm very flexible, and I learn quickly, and I can jump in. And it's so important to know you have somebody has your back. You have to know that, because otherwise it's so much pressure in such a stressful situation that you have to be able to balance it out. As far as a team, we were very lucky. We are very lucky. I mean, all the guys that came from different places that all connected together, even with the language. Florian, there you see a picture of you guys. I don't know if you got to see it. The way they did the gala. I wasn't sure that the people at the gala understood that there was a filming of the filming, but I think they saw when they saw you and you knew it's doing it together, and it looked at, I'm an observer. I'm not a, you know, but it looked amazing. What Kadir, I was like, wow, look at this. We got very lucky with them. Alain is, you know, just very mellow and can steer us in the right direction. Also, the fact that you have now, because we were discussed that the last day. So you have the idea, you have the screenwriter, then you have the director. The question is, can they all get together on the same page? Because I might have an idea, and it's like I'm writing my book, and then they want to take it and they might do something else with it, and that's not what I had in mind. So he has the idea, he has someone put the words down, and then you have the director that does his interpretation of what it should be. Luckily, I think most of it worked very well. And then you have someone like Marius who probably hears, you know, I have this idea and let's do that. But that's because you don't know our background. I had said to, about 3 months ago, when did we go for Royal Ascot? Like 3 months ago?
Yeah.
And I called up the hairdresser, Christy Pasco. I said, let's go, let's do it. And he thought I was crazy. Now he takes it very seriously, but he knows things can get done. So when people say to you, I'm the first one to back you up and say, no, of course you can do it. Why can't you do it, is my next question.
Yeah.
So when you get told something like, we're going to do something, take a look behind you, and there you have the proof.
Yeah. You know, to tell you the truth now, because we have Marius, not for the most important reason that Marius is here. For me, even he doesn't know that my motivation in this project when I started the Dream Makers Agency actually came up as a frustration of my ex-promotional career. I promote over 15 years a lot of heroes. It doesn't matter, from Romania, from other countries. And in the moment when I arrived in Hollywood business, I said, okay, Hollywood is going to give me the potential chance to recover my mistakes from the fighting business where I created so many people without contracts, becoming even my enemies, becoming my, as competitors. I lost the control in the Romanian market because some of the people I created, they didn't respect actually the job I did for them. So I was like a little bit disappointed, but I said, okay, let's move to the next level. The moment he came in the casting with Stallone, I got there like 4 or 5 people invited, along with Florian Munteanu as a superstar in Creed 2. So for me, Florian Munteanu at that moment represented like the blessing from God, like to say, okay, this is the guy who's going to change a little bit the history. But in reality, for me, Marius turned out to be the guy in the shadow. What he was not in front of Stallone at that stage, but his personality is representing for me more of that reason to express to the global market that we need people to show the evolution from A to Z, keeping the same energy and the same respect to the people. I don't want to create monsters. I don't want to create people like, for example, to create another Brad Pitt, like he's forgetting about his neighbors or I don't know, his schoolmates. So the idea is to create people where they sell their dream, they arrive in that moment and they become an inspiration. If you remember our story from Dubai. So in my life I discovered so many people are talented, actors, fighters, but at the end the message, what I know behind the stage, is not for the same for everybody. So I can say that with the responsibility that I'm looking for the right real hero, not only the Batman or Spider-Man on TV, because you need to know who is that actor. Is that actor able to, like for example, Christian Bale? You know, for me that guy, I don't like that guy. You know, even his Batman in a movie. That guy, his message on the Golden Globe was like satanic phrase, if you remember that, when he sings to the other person, not to God, you know. So I mean, for me, it's very important what kind of characters we are creating here. I want to see Kader, I want to see Ionesif Timoe, I want to see Marius, I want to see the people involved in this project to realize the emotion, the message that we are doing something for the world. Is not only a movie, it's not only a commercial story to sell it on DVD or VOD. Is a message to become for young people from different countries around the world, from Zimbabwe to Bangladesh to America, an example of success and being like the energy to support their community, to become an example for the community, not to be only selfish, driving a supercar or to become on the yacht party like Bilzerian. You know? So I'm expecting Marius to become the next The Rock, European The Rock. but to be able to share that emotion like Manny Pacquiao is doing in boxing, or like even Mike Tyson. I mean, these people, they went through different shakings in their lives, but at the end they realize what is happening. So in my career, I got a lot of examples where the people, they don't realize what has happened to them. So maybe they'll realize after 10 years, after 20 years, or even at the age of their lives. You know? So for me, it's important as a message to transmit through our Dream Makers agency that we are not creating monsters. We don't sell dreams for the people that don't realize, and they don't transform that dreams in a tool to help other people. I mean, we are helping other people. They need to have the obligation to inspire other people. So that is the message, Marius, to you, that you're going to become a superstar, but you need to help other people to follow you.
No pressure.
And anyway, it's all of because of this gentleman over here.
I know that.
Thank you for
Not only because of me, maybe because of me you met me. From now you own to all this amazing team. From Utah, that she was running after you in the set.
We are an amazing team.
Walid, I mean, everybody has got a piece of art. I mean, we have a puzzle, and I think without to have everybody in the same puzzle, we cannot accomplish the same story again. I mean, it's difficult to make it exactly the same. I mean, what has happened last week is like that pure example of sharing the passion to each other. We became like a group of people sharing the same energy. And
it became a family very quickly.
Yeah, and to tell the truth, you know, like I mentioned before, I was promoting many events during the years, and now I'm so happy that I found these people from Constanța and Bucharest, where they put together this OSSE Fighters in Romania. And I was a little bit disappointed. I didn't want to come back in the fighting world because I got so many things that I didn't like it. But for them, and I want to thank them with this occasion, they brought me back. They brought me back in the ring. And I got if you remember when they told me after the event, you told me like, Eduard, I saw you dressed in that suit and you look different. You behave different in the ring. I said, look, that was my world for 15 years. I was coming back in a stage. It was my comeback from the dirt, because in front of these people from the fighting, it was like Eduard cannot do anything. He's compromised doing his crazy dreams in the movie. So they try to wash all my best things I've done in the last years. And I said, well, I will not leave that to happen. So I did it again live around the world through my TV partners globally. I brought this fight event, OSSE Fighters by Super Combat, globally in many millions of householders. So now the message is that at the end we put together the elements to accomplish something what everybody is dreaming. Everybody, maybe he wants to show to some of his people what they didn't believe in him. Maybe he wants to show to some of your people what they never expected that you will accomplish. That even they know that you are powerful.
Oh, my people never
lady.
expected to see me here. This I can tell you.
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
So at the end, everybody wanted to show something, but that message together is like an amazing energy. It's like I felt it. I felt the energy, and I was after everybody left, I was feeling like that mini depression that I need to do it again next week. So I need that energy back, you know.
I remember what I said to you, because I saw him walking, and I said, you got your groove back. And he was like, what? I said, you're hitting your stride. It's like an American slang. And it's like you're back, you know, you could see it and you could feel it. It was, I've never been to actually anything like this before, to be honest with you. I had a friend, Malcolm, in London, who invited me to a fight in Vegas. We have ringside seats. I was like, and you want me to come? I was like, I don't know about that. And then you asked me when you go up on stage, how are you with blood? I'm like, I don't know. What do you mean? And how much blood? And he's like, are you going to faint? I said, God, I hope not. Anyway, there's somebody there to catch me. It was done so well and so superb. I mean, Joseph was watching, and I don't think for 6 hours he said anything or moved, which was incredible. And I saw a different side that I'm not exposed to. So as an observer, as an outsider, let's say, it's a very different world,
yeah.
But it's very intriguing, very interesting. And I learned a lot that night, you know, because I've never been exposed to it. You as a fighter who does this probably, I don't know, how often do you do it on a regular basis? I'm curious.
Maybe daily, but not in one event.
Okay.
He's more into the sports, like fitness and bodybuilding,
yes.
And also training as a fighter. But
Self-defense also, I train. I'm a trainer, fitness trainer.
You need self-defense.
Yeah.
What should I say?
I own a gym, and trainer, a fitness trainer, okay, in my gym.
I'm sorry, look at the picture.
Yes.
You look very intimidating over there. I wouldn't like to run into him at night. No, but how did you find it? This was your first experience, I understand, on a set,
Yes,
right?
it was. It is.
Following the direction. I mean, we talked about the camaraderie, which was super. There's Daniel. How did you find the experience? I want to know how you found it.
How I find it.
How did you see it?
To be honest, I still can't believe I'm there, you know. I'm here with you. It was great. It was...
Were you a little bit scared because you didn't know what to expect?
I still
Most people
didn't know how
usually
to expect, but no, I didn't get scared. No.
Oh, that's because we made him feel so
It was good
comfortable.
for me. It was,
that is the power of a good
was
director.
great.
I mean, Kader, he exploded that emotion, his, his feelings at that moment, because he was a little bit afraid of what is going. I saw his face, so he used that in his advantage in that scenes. And I mean, when the people, they will see the movie, they will be surprised. Is this guy for the first ever acting? I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I'm telling you, I saw some other people training for months to arrive in the moment to have the first scene, and he did it better. So I mean, I think that one of the biggest talent I have myself. I am a good scouter. I know to see people for what are they good. You know, I mean, for example, starting from our actress. Starting from our singers, I mean, I feel the potential somehow. So Marius, when I saw him, it was even bigger than now as a body. It was huge. But I mean, the way he's speaking, the way he's behaving.
120. Now I have 105.
That is his value, not only the bodybuilding size, because we can find a lot of big guys even in Romania.
Sure.
The idea is to accomplish mission, to be able to speak. The fact that he's speaking English is very important. The way that he's expressing himself in different situations, he can be calm, he can be tough. So that is really an advantage for his potential career. And I will do my best beside the other talents involved with our Dreammakers agency, that he will accomplish some of the dreams. And one of that is going to be the first ever release of the movie. That is the first target. If we have these people broadcasted in a global platform, I don't know, cinema or VOD, that is going to be the first his accomplished target.
When we talked about the Dreammakers agency at the beginning, and the concept was not familiar to a lot of people, and probably a lot of people maybe don't understand it now. But it's exactly what's happened with you. You know, you're going to be in a film, you're going to be, wow. And it actually happens. And it's not actually, when you look at the scheme of things, it's not that difficult. We did it with Sarah. Now she's, oh, I missed a shot of her. Francesca singing to a global audience. You know, it's taking the picture and make it that much bigger. But because Eduard has vision, which is one of the things I like, because when I talk to people, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I've also had a lot of naysayers. Well, you know that, you can't do this, what you can't, and I do it. And then, of course, you get the, oh. But to me, it's normal. It's like there's very little that one cannot do if one doesn't put one's mind to it, all right? But you have to have, it's also the energy that you create around. Because if you have on the set, like, as they say, one bad apple spoils the bunch. You have a few that have the negative energy, it will affect everybody else.
Yeah.
What we were so fortunate with and so lucky is that it was such a cohesive team.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, I'm getting the messages, and everybody's now had a few days to think about it since they went back, and they're like, oh my God, we can't wait to come back. Now that's a very good sign. That's terrific. I mean, I'm listening to you. He's ready to go. You're ready to go tomorrow, aren't you?
Of course. Right now, if you want. We can go now after the show.
If I would mention to our audience, besides the people they know, they've been involved there, one of the biggest surprises in this trip, it was the Romanian touristical services. Unfortunately, a lot of good people from Romania, they are living in Romania to work in other countries. Like it doesn't matter, in Horeca, in different restaurants around the world. So now when we arrive in Mamaia, we try to do with Mrs. Nora like the best a la carte services. Usually in the movie industry, you have a catering. You don't have a la carte, services. So unfortunately, it was embarrassing to see that you bring in the people in a restaurant and it's like 2 to 3 hours to be served. So it started to become like a pain in the ass because it was like the people they said why we cannot start now? They say, yeah, because we have the people eating and the second wave and everything. So that was the worst situation that happened that week when with more expenses we got the low services. So we learned. I mean that is the experience. The difference between a TV production and a movie. You need to have a completely team to take care of some of the small things while they are looking big in front of the crew because they need to keep going. They
have to be fed and they have to be. It's very simple.
So it was like really.
It was not the best. I will say. I don't want to use the word fiasco, but for me it was close to that. But never mind.
So that was the thing I was not happy to.
I want to mention one thing though because I did say that the night that we had the rap party at Loft in Mamaia, they did fire me on the Call of Duty, and I was so grateful for that, And because I said to him, do you want me to talk about it? But really everybody, I think, had the best time. Actually, I think Waleed had the best time. But I enjoyed it very much, too. Except when I saw them bring a wheelbarrow with bottles of wine, I was like, oh, that's new. I haven't seen that before. That was new. And I was like, oh, my goodness me. That was amazing. That was the last night, and I really... I sat down, we were sitting together, and I was just watching everybody, and just watching how everybody interacted, because you can feel when people are sincere, and you can feel when they're insincere. And you can see that everybody, they were sorry, I think, most of them, to go home.
Yeah.
I got that impression. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
No,
but everybody was like, okay,
not.
when are we going to meet up again? And when are we, I'm like, well, whoa, we should just catch our breath, and then we should, see where we're going from there. Anyway, I'm glad to hear it wasn't my imagination.
Yeah. So you actually here I got a lot of friends already involved, like the actor Stanislav Janevsky from Bulgaria, who was in Harry Potter and the hostel. And I call him like a friend. He came, show up the next day. We got some people like Irimia from the makeup, Lungu, Ioan Marius. I mean, we got a lot of people, but they trust this passion to do it somehow. And after that, Daniel, when I met him in London, after the Royal Ascot, actually, he was like more than an actor. He was helping as a EP, to put all together the elements. So he helped a lot, bringing in the amazing team of stunts coordinator and actors like Leroy Kincaid and Tommy Phillip and Silvio Simac. What is an amazing, I already knew that guy. He's like a superstar in martial arts. And after that, we got the Romanian star, Florin Piersic Jr., what is for us is a credibility game, because some of the people locally say, who's going to be the actors? So that was a really amazing input from Gabriel Molnar, who is the friend of Florin, and he explained about this amazing role. And after that, Ionuț as a superstar in fighting, having him as and Lungu, plus Erko Jun from the 5 million followers on Facebook. I mean, Gago Drago from K1. I mean, we got so many people bringing their audience in the game. So this movie is going to have something special at the moment of the release, because this is my specialty. I will transform this storm, this tsunami, as a promotion.
That's a very good word.
Yeah.
Perfect. I should have written the tsunami. That's exactly what it was.
It's going to become viral, I'm telling you. That is, I promise to all of these people involved that this movie is going to become like a Blair Witch project. I mean, even if it's got a low budget, not even existing budget at the initiation of the movie, it's going to become like a story to be watched.
Like a tsunami. That's the only thing I can say.
I mean, even the movie is going to be the best, or it doesn't matter the quality at the end of the movie, but the story itself, how the elements combine, that is going to be the people that will watch that movie.
That's a story in the story, but that's why we're filming the filming, because if we weren't filming the filming, nobody would believe it.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm on the outside watching it, and I'm sitting there, because when we were, okay, I have to tell people about this. So you said we're going to the car graveyard. So I did want to tell you, Edward, what exactly is a car graveyard? Now I know, because I was sitting at night in this place with billions of spare parts. And I'm thinking,
what did you see?
What am I doing? I had no idea what a car graveyard. I'd never been one, so I thought, I don't know, they have old car. They have so much junk.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, and I was like, what on earth? I said, if anybody's watching, they're going to ask, what is she doing there? But again, it was part of the experience, and it was, you can't replicate something. I can't explain it until You can't imagine until you're there, is all I can say. All right?
Yeah.
But there were so many experiences in a short period of a week, I think not only for me, for a lot of the other people. And that's because it was almost like, okay, what's going to happen tomorrow? And then like, what's going to happen tomorrow? I'm like, I have no idea. Let's wait and see. But I live my life like this all the time. So for me, it's normal. Yeah. For other people who work and come on a project like that, they have a schedule. And they do. And when you come to this, and it's Tsunami was also chaotic, let me be honest, all right? And it's like, but it somehow, beyond everything, worked.
Yeah. Think about, we got Francesca as an artist singing in the movie, presenting the fights in the movie. We got Sarah being an actress in the movie. We got Roxana supposed to be the next scenes in the second part. We had Paul Diaconescu, an amazing young actor from Romania, coming on board. We had Florin Piersic in the last minute. So actually, it turned to be like a story that everybody has a small story. We got Sabina, and for me, Sabina, I know her for the first time when I went to Hollywood with the project with Francesca, and her passion to be part of the movie transformed it even in a tough moment when she already hurt one of the actors. So in a stunt, so they replaced that actor with another actor because the guy couldn't make it for the second level. You know, so I mean, but I like it. It was amazing to see Sabina like a superhero in an action movie. So we got all of the people involved in the movie. They got their own story. They got their own dream. They got their moment to live for, to expect the red carpet experience when it's going to be the movie ready. And that we will know how to make it like we've been in Cannes last time when we had an amazing time. 100% we will have a special party in Cannes when the movie is going to be released next year.
I'm sure everybody will be waiting for it. I know that I can't wait. I've just seen a little bit, and I was like, wow. I mean, you know, you see all of this, and that was one of the reasons I brought my son, because we watch movies every week. We go to the theater. And I said to him, I want you to come and watch from behind the scenes, because when you see it on the screen, you don't realize it took 2 days to film that 2 minutes, or that, you know. Now he has a much better understanding, because if you've never been on a set, you really have no idea how long it takes, how slow it is, how many more takes, do the same thing over and over. You have to have tremendous patience as an actor. I know from doing this in the past. And not everybody has it. And I look at it and I think, okay, again, all right, day in, day out. But when you see the finished product and it moves so quickly, you're like, wow, but it takes months to film. And there's a reason for it. He now has a different appreciation and a different understanding. And I'd love to one day open the movie set to people to just be able to come on and see. Like, that's why places like Universal Studios do well, because they open it and they show you the movie magic and what goes on. So you may have this idea, and then you actually go in and you realize, wait a minute, they're actually not driving along, it's just a wind machine with a screen behind. But so kind of you destroy a little bit the mystique of it, but if you really are that interested in it, you'll learn about it.
Yeah. So actually all the elements have been produced as a random production setup. We got some amazing locations. What helped a lot, I mean, like to have the island where it's looking like a really exotical island in Romania. Some of the Romanian people even they don't know. I am sure that Marius, he never heard about that place before, because many of the tourists they don't know about that island in Mamaia.
The Insula.
Insula, Ovidiu, yeah.
But it was great.
Ovidiu Island.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I never heard of it, but I was like, oh, interesting.
Didn't was.
Oh, did you tell me the story about you were on the boat? Okay. So it was very late.
Because
when we were on the Insula, I said, I have to take home. I went to the boat with 20 people. And the guy, and I'm like, this is a joke, right? No,
come on. Wasn't.
I said, this is a joke. So the boat doesn't move. So I call Edward and I go, Edward, you know where I'm sitting? He goes, I said, I don't even know where I am, but we're stuck in a boat. He goes, you're kidding, right? I said, do I sound like I'm kidding? I'm not kidding.
But I had my daughter too.
Yes, I was like, Edward, so we were drifting, I have no idea where. Somebody comes, I said, all right, I have enough big guys. Pull the boat in. Then they put us on another boat, a big boat. So by the time we got back, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. So I said to Joseph, you see, if I told you this story, you wouldn't have believed it. But now you were there. You saw what's happening, and this is what can happen from day to day. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. that for me is also part of the excitement, Edward. Yeah. Okay? And because I've lived my life with this, like my friends who know me, nothing is surprising. But for other people, they're like, oh my God, you did, oh, you know, it's part of where we're going. And for, you know, I don't know what you're...
Can I tell you now the truth now? We got a special team for entertainment, and we prepared that in advance. We got some buttons, and we say, okay, turn off the engine of the a boat.
No,
No, it's just kidding.
You know what? If I knew that he knew... No. All right. Now, if you did that and I ever found out, oh boy. But because he knows I would be so hysterical, because I thought it was a joke. I really, okay, you had your, not turning, no, really the guys on, are you serious? Now, I was like, okay. But it's like every day, little thing here, little thing there. Luckily, we go with the flow. But it was an adventure. Somebody said to me, how was it? I said, the guys just asked me, I said, it was an adventure. That's probably the only word I can think of. I could use a lot of other words, probably not allowed on TV.
Can you imagine a movie produced by our team, the same style, to go in a jungle somewhere in the world to prepare a movie in the last moment?
You're on your own. The jungle is not for me. It was enough being on the island.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. I will guard you. It's okay.
Yes?
You are safe with me. Yeah.
I felt very, that's another thing I want to, I felt very safe. I said, oh my God, if anything happens, anybody would come and disturb me, I know I've got protection everywhere. Because when I first, I mean, you guys are big, and then they hold the guns and they look so menacing, and then they come with the blood. Oh my gosh. I mean, this was really very...
So now you trust us. We can go in the jungle, yeah?
Yes, now...
And to not forget also about the technical team, because Florin did a good job with his crew, Octav, and even Dino, my brother. He was part of the helping for DAT, for digital, transfer of the footage. So I mean, we got a completely team helping with even the things from the backstage, because you need to know that there are a lot of things.
Listen, we look at them, and you know what? I love to look at the pictures. Why? You see them. Okay, they're not smiling there because they're tough guys, but there was such a positive feeling, and you know what? There are places you go and you go, oh, I have to go to work tomorrow. Oh, you know. And then there are other places like, okay, what time we start? When are we going? And people, we were going to bed 3, 4 in the morning. You know, people are on a shoot. No, it's 12, 14, so many hours. And you're dead tired. But you know what? They were looking forward to the next minute. When are we going? What time do we start? And I said, I have no idea. Who? And by the way, the next time, please get me an assistant.
Yeah.
Because if one more person comes, I'm going to show an arrow and say, assistant, go ask them. Yeah. Howard says to me, I don't know how you did it. I said, he says, I couldn't do what you're doing. I said, Howard, I always insist, you need not one assistant, two. So lucky for you, I'm only asking for one. Okay? But I was like, they came to me with all kinds of things that have nothing to do with anything.
Oh, maybe one driver also.
I remember a very funny story that maybe you don't know that. So in the last day we had the final scene in the one of the lagoon in the lake.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to have 2 jet ski filming with Alex Lungu and Erko Jun.
Right.
So because in the last moment we realized that it's better to use a boat. I was asking kindly one of the clients from the hotel what they use a boat, like a speedboat. And I said, look, we're producing a movie, and I would like to use your boat for 1 or 2 hours because we need your help. And the guy was very nice, said, okay, no problem. But after that, the shootings went for 3 hours. So the guy, when he arrived around 2 hours and a half, because his wife was calling from the beach, like, oh, let's go, we need to go. So we started a bit like to be a panic mode that the guy wanted to leave. And the thing about it, we compromised all the shootings with the other people. So the guy started to say, no, I want to stop. I said, no, he cannot. So it was like a difficult moment to try to convince that person that he needs to help us until the end without to have any benefit. So at the end I said, look, I offer him like so
you should say thank you now.
Yeah, I would like to say thank you now, but I mean the idea was that some people, they arrive in the production randomly. I mean, we didn't know who are these people. So actually it was like we came along with some other people, friends, and even it was like some difficult moments, but they became passionate about that movie. So at the end, everybody joined this energy, so that was the mission, and we accomplished.
And it was easy because they have Sandu Lungu to convince that guy. And
I wouldn't mess with him either.
Sandu Lungu just say, you will stay here. Okay.
And nobody's going to argue
I will
with him.
stay, it's okay.
Trust me. I would like to say, gentlemen, thank you very much for sharing your opinion, because from you it's from a fresh point of view and let's say new eyes. And from your point of view, which is already experience, the next level, okay? I know everybody's going to be waiting to find out when are we coming back. You have to let them know as soon as possible.
As soon as
all right?
possible.
And say thank you all for joining us. Hope you enjoyed. You'll see the movie coming out, hopefully, I don't know when, whenever we finish filming it. And stay tuned. All the best. Good night.